are two landing pages. One cost me $20 per month. The other one cost me nothing. Can you tell which one's which? I couldn't either, and that's the whole story. Claude Design is genuinely one of the best AI tools I've ever used. You describe what you want, ask very smart questions, and it spits out very real working prototype. However, here's the issue. You get maybe one good project before you hit the limit, and it cuts you off for the entire week, unless you want to pay extra. And that's when I found Open Design. It's an open source project that basically reverse engineers what Claude Design does. It is made free, local, and works for any type of AI model. I gave both tools the exact same 3 prompts. Same brief, same goals. And let's see which one's better. Today, we are going to be building a Saas landing page for budgeting app. Basically, what I did is I went to ChatGPT and just wrote out a prompt. Hey, can you write a prompt for both Claude Design and Open Design to design a landing page for a budgeting app? I want it modern, sleek, and cool animation. Obviously, I kept it very vague because I want to see if there's any crazy differences in terms of the design. So this is how Claude Design looks like. As you can see, it's a very standard landing page. This took around maybe 5-ish minutes, which is not that bad, so I didn't wait for too long. Well, now let's take a look at Open Design. Open Design took a lot longer. In fact, it took 20 minutes long, which is crazy for just a landing page. And by the way, this is only just one prompt. I didn't tweak anything afterwards. From what I could tell, it looks super similar to Claude Design. Claude did win in this instance just because Open Design took way too long to just design one landing page. Let's see which one is more professional. I'm just going to ChatGPT again, and I'm just going to write a prompt for Claude Design and also Open Design. I also included 3 examples of how I want the slides to look like, plus a case ask. So not only I gave them the context of how I want the slides to look like, but also the context in terms of what type of content that they need to include within the PowerPoint. Here's just an example of how the PowerPoint slides I want it to look like. Okay, so let's try Claude Design first. So we're just gonna paste everything in, including all of the exemplars and also the case ask documents. The slides are interesting, let's just say that. Very different from the style that I gave. Okay, the graphs are not bad. Just from my own perspective, because I've done so many case competitions, I would say that Claude Design did follow the overall structure of, oh, here's the agenda, here's the analysis, the solution, the implementation, the risk and mitigations. However, the actual style of how content is displayed, it's quite different, and you could tell that there is a specific style for Claude Design, and it's not too similar to what I wanted it to be. So let's see how Open Design works. Hopefully it performs better. Oh my goodness. In just one prompt of creating a PowerPoint on Claude Design, it took 30%, a third of the tokens already. Just one prompt, by the way. Crazy. Anyways, let's see Open Design. I'm just going to paste everything in just like what I did for Claude Design. And interesting enough, once again, Open Design would ask additional questions compared to Claude Design. Once again, Open Design did take way longer than Claude Design. Claude Design maybe 7-ish minutes, and Open Design twice the length, so 15 minutes. The output is quite different. To be honest, I think I would prefer Claude Design's style over Open Design. Realistically speaking, if I were given the chance to use Claude Design or Open Design to create my own slides in a case competition, chances are I'm not going to use it just because the style is very different from the consulting slides that I'm used to building. I've designed the landing page on Figma already, and this is how it looks like. However, I did not design the other tabs. So what I want for both Claude Design and Open Design is based on whatever design that I gave them for the landing page, are they able to extrapolate my design and carry it forward to the other pages? Let's test it out. So we're going to paste everything into chat just to give us the prompt. I included the Figma file, the content reference, everything, and I made it as specific as possible. So now let's paste it into Claude Design. Not what I was expecting, to be honest. Landing page does not look like the Figma file that I gave. Claude Design is just giving me 4 options to choose from. I can't lie, all of them look pretty weird, but they are interesting ideas that I could get inspired from and put into my Figma, I guess, later on. This is the personality types, just displaying all of them. It's interesting. I think they just paste it in the content card and call it a day. Like, it's not any crazy design. I'm not too impressed with Claude Design right now. Gave me a lot of options to work with. You can tell that if you have an idea or a vision in mind of what you want the website to look like, it's super hard, or at least you are not able to prompt it in one go, because this is only one prompt and it looks nothing like it, to be honest. However, I do believe that if I continue giving it prompts and whatnot, it might be closer to the website or the design that I want. However, that's going to kill a lot of my tokens. So let's switch to Open Design. Let's see how Open Design performs. Okay, same thing. I'm going to paste everything in, all of the informations, the assets, everything. Oh my gosh, I waited for 35 minutes for this. In comparison to Claude Design, I only waited for like 12-ish minutes. So what I'm getting at is that Open Design is a lot slower than Claude Design. Oh, I'm very impressed though. So far, this looks exactly the same as my Figma file. Wait, I'm actually very impressed, especially in comparison to Claude Design, which looked nothing like my Figma file. This looks pretty good. So there's our personality types. I don't really like how they arranged it. It just looks really bad. The rest, because I didn't give them the specific style that I want because I didn't create it in Figma yet, so it just looks super, super basic. Okay, so here's my honest verdict. Claude Design is so much better at designing. The polish is great, the tweak is so much faster, and overall the wait time is so much shorter than Open Design. So I think that if you're doing or working on a project like once per week and you're able to stay within the crazy short amount of token limit, it's worth it. However, I am still very impressed by Open Design. And what I like most about it is that it's able to connect to other AI models. If you want to try Open Design on your own, I'll link the GitHub link in my description. Anyways, if you like to build things with AI and test things out and you want more breakdowns like this, make sure to follow along and subscribe.